Speaker.
Simon O'Connor.
Mr Speaker, pleased to take a call on this patent Trans-Tasman Patent Attorneys and Other Matters Amendment Bill on this its second reading. Just want to point out a small irony, somewhat tongue-in-cheek, with the last speaker who's been very concerned about a supposed U-turn around the SAP and the SEP, but has also indicated that New Zealand First has done a U-turn in its voting from having supported it to not. Look, this is a good piece of legislation. It's a small change, but obviously significant for those who practice within patent attorneys. This is something which has come about, well, I think it's about 60 years, I understand, since there have been changes, and fundamentally at the heart of this is to work at a cooperative model between Australia and New Zealand. And why we heard from other speakers this could be of a concern, actually it sits on a background of a closer economic relationship between New Zealand and Australia for a long time. In fact, I would argue it would be rather odd for us not to move towards a single framework or system in this area in the way that we have done in many others. I note too in some of the contributions great concern around the officials, and that's all well and true for people to voice what they feel, and I'm not going to change that. But I was struck by one line that was put out earlier, which I thought was quite indicative, to say we didn't get the answers we wanted. We heard from the opposition, we didn't get the answers we wanted, and I think that's an insight there, shall we say, Mr Speaker, that receiving answers is not about whether you want them or not, it's the answers that were given, and I suppose that's where some of the debate has come from. The other thing I just want to draw the House's attention to, and certainly anyone listening, is around this whole SAP and SEP. It's always very easy at times, Mr Speaker, to have a whole lot of acronyms, can sound a little bit daunting. SAP refers to what they call the single application patent process, and SEP is the single examination process. The long and the short, these were proposed and now withdrawn for the simple reason that actually the ground has changed, the situation has changed, and I think it would be foolhardy for any government to sort of maintain a system of which time has come, and I know it's become sort of an almost singular obsessive focus from the opposition. Again, it is completely up to them. But I see it as just sort of quite prudent as once again the government continues to adapt to modern times, and I look forward to the progress of this bill.
Good speech.
Mr Speaker.
Kamarjit Singh Bakshi.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, for the opportunity to stand in support of Patent Transfer Tasman Patents Authority and Other Matters Amendment Bill on the second reading. Mr Speaker, the main purpose of this bill is to update a 60-year-old outdated regulatory regime so that for the patents attorneys can have a modern licensing regime. It is the most important part of the bill which is being missed out. And Mr Speaker, it is going to benefit patents attorneys significantly on their time and the cost saving through establishment of a single Trans-Tasman registration regime, allowing them to seamlessly practice in both New Zealand and Australia. Mr. Speaker, it is important because the government has been working for a long time to ensure that businesses